Good evening, everybody. My name is Elder, and we are here to talk about Manchester United transfers, some of the news that is coming out and what has been going on so far. If Manchester United see Bryan Mbeumo as a priority, I think that Manchester United should be hasting to get Bryan Mbeumo integrated into the team, because we are looking at a player who should be giving Manchester United more than even the money Manchester United is paying for him. Yes, this is what I feel about Bryan Mbeumo. This guy has been tested. Listen, look at his numbers are there for you to go and check up. Look at his development in the last 3 years. You will know that this is the kind of player that Manchester United should be rallying around to get in a hurry, because if we get this guy in and integrate him with the rest of the team, his teammates, Manchester United will have been confident that they are arranging their front players. Also, Manchester United is going for Watkins, and we don't know how Manchester United would go from Victor Gyökeres, being linked with Victor Gyökeres, to Oli Watkins. First of all, I don't think that Oli Watkins is a bad player. I don't think that Oli Watkins does not have the profile of the player of the kind of player that should be playing for Manchester United. He is fast, he is strong, he knows how to get goals, but but he's 29. He's a 29 years old striker, and how am I going to be looking at it, knowing that in the next 2-3 years this striker might be washed, and Manchester United would now start to prepare for another round of money to go and get a striker. The best I think Manchester United should be doing is getting Oli Watkins on a loan to Manchester United, if Manchester United does not have the money to get in the striker that they want this summer. So I think that they should be able to get Oli Watkins on a loan. However, we hear that Rasmus Hiland is being linked with a move. Like, maybe we hear that it is serious. Rasmus Hiland being linked with a move to Inter Milan. We hear that it's a very serious. It's getting concrete, and I feel like, to me, I feel like Manchester United should not sell Hiland. This is what I feel. I look at his first season with Manchester United, and I think that this is a guy that would come around. I think that this is someone that will improve. He got goals in his first season. The second season was abysmal, not just for him, for all of the players that played for Manchester United. Whatever happened, we cannot fathom it, but we know that last season was abysmal. But I will not be selling Rasmus Hiland. If it was me, I'd keep him. They'll probably get a striker on loan or something like that, just for them to play together while we prepare to get the striker that we need. We are not going to set Manchester United up in just one window. Yes, we are not going to do that. Ruben Amorim is keeping what's his name? He's keeping Kobe Mainu. He's keeping Bruno Fernandes. He's keeping Casemiro. He's keeping Ugarte. We have these guys four in the midfield. We have Zegzi. We have players. We have Toby Koila who in the midfield. Then we have Ahmad on the flanks. We have Dogu. We have we don't know if Luke Shaw is going. We don't know about Martinez if he's returning from injury. Like, we have players whom I feel like if they are fit, they can actually make the team. Aside from Luke Shaw, you understand. Then I feel like Ugarte would grow into the EPL. Last season he was not very, very good, but I feel like with the season gone and everything that has happened, I think that these players will be returning fresh. Then the Jadon Sancho, I do not know, but Jadon Sancho, I feel like Jadon Sancho is trying to punish Manchester United, because you're not taking a pay cut from any of the clubs that are willing to pay for you. And why is that? I don't know. I think that Jadon, just like what's his name, Anthony chose to take off 30% or cut down his salary by 30% just to be able to get a club that would sign him. Football is the reason why you are in the sport. But now it feels like someone wants to hold Manchester United to a ransom. I hear that Marcus Rashford is willing to even take a pay cut to play for Barcelona, because according to the news, Marcus Rashford only wants Barcelona. He only wants Barcelona. He wants to play. And I hear that Barcelona have told him to, wait, we'll come for you probably when we get the players. And we hear also that the deal with Nico Williams here is a bit shaky. and we don't know if that would go through actually. But then Marcus Rashford is waiting for Barcelona, you know. And the thing is, Manchester United finds it difficult to get players out of the club. I don't know the reason why. Maybe these players do not want to go because of the salary, because of what they receive from Manchester United. Maybe they don't want to go. Maybe some of them want to stay and run down their contracts. We don't understand why. But I don't see, within Garnacho and Sancho, I don't see them coming back to Manchester United because of their behavior, because of their character. Then when you look at Marcus Rashford, I just feel like Marcus Rashford's time is done with Manchester United. Yes, he might be a Manchester United boy, he might be a Manchester United at heart, but I feel like there comes a time when you move on players, when you just let the players know that, okay, you did not work out here. The coach has come. I don't think the coach wants to work with you. So it's time for you to just move on. And if you don't have to hold the club to a ransom because you've been there for years and you've not actually really done anything for Manchester United. So I think these players should be going. I feel like Garnacho is a child, a kid, and who needs to be tutored. If he reach to slap her, like people slap herself, you know, to reset his brain. Because I'm just seeing what I see in Garnacho is being a spoiled kid. Yeah. That is what I see in Garnacho, being a spoiled kid, you know, tantrum, seeking media attention and all of that. And that can ruin his football at the end of the day. I've seen a lot of players who told this line and who did not end up achieving what they would have loved to achieve. The only guy who was very keen about social media lifestyles and was successful is Ronaldo. Yeah, because Ronaldo understood that whatever he wants, he had to work really hard for it. But we can't say same for Garnacho, we can't say same for Rashford, we can't say same for Sancho, because these guys want the social media attention. Look at Paul Pogba. Yes, he wanted the social media attention, and that derailed him. That made him, you know, it brought so much problem to him. He became inconsistent with his football. You know, a lot of things happened, and at the end of the day, he was being accused of doping, and thank God he's back from the ban. You understand? So all of these things would actually, all of this media attention thing would ruin a lot of players. So with Manchester United transfer news and all of the things happening around Manchester United in this period, what do you think Manchester United needs to do? Because me, I feel like if we don't have money, we should go and borrow now. At least Manchester United can borrow money. What kind of debt are we in that we cannot borrow some more to at least just getting the players that we need? After all, our club don't be in debt for a long time, so it's not bad to borrow more so that we can pay off later. You know, you understand? Because we are actually stagnant at this point. We are not getting in players. We are not like Matheus Cunha. We have him, and Manchester United feels like they are very confident of getting Brian Mbeumo, but we cannot stop there. We need right left backs. Yes, I know that we have our centre backs. Yes, but we need a fortification in the right and left full backs or wing backs, whichever way they call it. We need a striker. At least get these players in. At least for now. Then we know that we can be going for some other things, or we're going for reinforcement in the next summer window. But for this window, if we can get a striker on loan, I think that wouldn't be bad. Get a striker on loan. Get players to come into the club. At least for now, let us see what we can do with them. You know, then try to get some of these players out on loan too. You know, split salaries, whatever, however you can do it, just so that Ruben Amorim can have players he would be able to work with. You know, this is what I feel. This is what has been going on in my head. This is what I feel about Manchester United and all of the things happening around. What do you think? I'll be in the comment section. I hope you have a very good evening.